Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We're going to be doing some more T2 Electric Abyss size on my main account. This is to just do some more practicing, get myself prepared for on my T0 to T6 Abyss series to be able to be very used to it and to actually get the routine nailed down so that I can do the T2 Abyss size very safely and very smoothly and get very familiarized with the different waves, because I've been doing a lot of T2 Abyss size in the Hawk recently, and I also want to do some in the Retributions to get used to the Retribution. I think that doing the same tier Abyss the same all the time can really help a lot, because the same tier of Abyss will have the compositions of the spawns will be similar. You'll have a certain type of wave. You won't have probably, you can think you don't have more than 2 Sentry Cruisers in T2 as far as I know. So getting used to these kind of things and getting used to how you tackle it really helps a lot. Even if it's not the same ship, I'm been using the Hawk. It's been getting me familiarized with the waves, and I want to get even more familiarized with the Retribution. So on the account which I'm using for the T0 to T6 Abyss series, I'm very used to it so that I don't have to unnecessarily lose any ships right there. This ship is amazing. I think it's better than the Hawk. More mobility and more capacity to spare, and you also have a bit better varied damage range. Okay, we've got some spark grips over here. Orbit this guy 20 kilometers because his annoying EM damage will pop a hole through our ship right here. What is the lowest resistance on this ship anyway? I thought it was thermal or EM. EM and thermal are actually the same, because the thing is, thermal is normally the lowest, but we're in electrical sites, so it might be a bit different. Here we can orbit 20 kilometers. We could actually orbit a multi-frequency range if we want to be brave. Just to be on the safe side, we'll orbit at 20 kilometers like this. We can lock up that biocommutative cache over there. You see, it does some big hits, but I mean, it's not the whole world. This is the great thing about this Retribution right here. It's got the MWD, so you have some ability to keep range from stuff. It is unfortunate when you got warp scramblers on the grid though. Let's see now, the optimal range is 24, 25, 28. There's pretty decent damage projection right here. Longer range than the Hawk's Javelin rockets, and you also have more DPS as well, so that's really great. We're not using any implants or any boosters or anything like that. And the Hawk fit I use, I can actually go in close now. The Hawk fit I use with the rockets, it has 3 damage modules, I think. Calfaction Catalyst and 2 ballistic control systems. So it's actually got more damage modules than this ship. This ship only has 2 damage modules, 2 heat sinks, but it's still able to do more damage at a further range. So it just goes to show how powerful the Retribution is. So I'm orbiting a little bit close now. What is this? 12 kilometer optimal, 13 kilometers like this. So we can use multi-frequency just to hit him hard. We've not got that other rogue drop battleship or battle cruiser to worry about. Because the thing is, when there's 2, it's a lot more annoying when it comes to keeping range and orbiting. Because sometimes you can be out of range of the other one, but then at the same time you just fling yourself into the optimal range of the other ship. But now there's just 1v1 like this. A lot easier. Just orbit like this. Super simple. Got the biocommutative cache over there. Tachyon cloud as per usual. Always needs to exist. You know, tachyon clouds are essential for the Abyss. Just blap it like that. Just like a laser beam accuracy. Okay, Aurora locked and loaded. Getting close. And open up this cache right here. 2.2 million. No lucky drops yet. Always good to start with Aurora as the first ammunition type, so you can just get some nice snipes in the beginning of the site. Because this Aurora, oof, it's so OP. Just snipes you the second you get into the site. You just start doing damage. Let's see now, what have they got right here? Drekavac Kimura. This is almost the same as that previous wave that I've previously almost died in my Hawk fit. See how big of a difference it's going to be in the Retribution. But it's not a good comparison because there's Kikimoras do the majority of the damage. And they seem to have a different AI right now. They seem to be wanting to brawl. This is what I was talking about previously, is that sometimes the Kikimoras, they can have an AI that they want to kite. Sometimes they want to brawl. They've got a little bit of mixed feelings for what they want to exactly do when it comes to the Abyss. So I'm just keeping range here, 7.5, so that I can sort of get some decent shots in on this Kikimora. He's soon going to go down. Okay, there we go. Taking out that Kikimora. Now we've got the Damavik. We can orbit the Drekavac up close. To be honest, it would be better to go for the Drekavac because he's remote repairing this Damavik pretty hard. but I think the majority of the damage is going to be coming from the damage, because he's going to be actually doing some damage to us. We just pop them like that. We can just pop this guy too. Lock up by a commitative cache. Land one volley as well while we're at it. And get to work. I kind of wish that the Punisher and Retribution ships would get a visual update, and I don't mean like that they changed the look of it. I mean like a bit of modernized, like it gets like maybe like high resolution textures, maybe sort of increase the poly count of some areas of it, because I feel like I really love the design. I love the design. Like, he's got these wings here. I love this design. There's some aspects I think like it just feels a bit old, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, it feels a bit old, but I wish it would have a bit like a modernized style. Like, I want it to still have the same shape. So its shape is awesome, but just a bit more modernized is what I would love to have with this ship right here. Like, for example, an example of a modernized ship, I would say, like the Jackdaw. What's another ship? Maybe the Moa. I think they look a bit more modernized. And the Minmatar Cruiser, what is it called now? Munit, yeah. I think they look quite modernized ships. Like up-to-date textures and model. Like, looks very detailed. I think the Retribution could use more detail. Like these pipes underneath, I just think they look like, okay, they're just pipes. They don't have much detail to them. Like all to the same degree as those other ships I was mentioning. But it's just my opinion. Okay, Aurora, let's go. Same one. Kikimora and Dama. Look, we can just start doing damage straight away by sniping with Aurora like that. You see, we already took out that Dynamic's shields, even though he was like getting in close. Oh, it seems like we've got a kiting AI style of this Kikimora. See, he's keeping range. Now use the multi-frequency, take out that Dama. And lock up this commutative caches there. And popped. Look, you see this Kikimora is like chilling over here. It's not like before. They have different AI. Yes, definitely they've got different AI, because before you saw before the Kikimora just charged straight in. Just charged straight in. Oh, we need to get a bit closer now. Stop taking damage from the Dragovac. To orbit this guy at like 5 kilometers. Okay, good. Smashing shots from the Kikimora though. We've got really good explosive resist, so even though we've got really crap thermal, okay, that's one aspect of it, but he does thermal and explosive damage. And I think Kikimoras do even 50-50 thermal explosive. You can check right here. No, okay, no, it's a lot more thermal. So Hawk is actually better suited to kiting the Triglavians. I know Triglavians in general, they do more thermal damage, but I just thought, I had the feeling that Kikimoras did 50-50. And like, the great thing about the Retribution I've got right here is that it can properly kite those Kikimoras, so we could be completely out of their range. They got max range, I think 25, max 30 kilometers, so we could just chill there with Aurora at really long range, just snipe them down. It'll go slow, but we'll be completely safe because we'll be completely out of their range. Pop this Dracovac over here. Got the biocommutative cache right here. And we could do some more sites as well. I mean, we've got more agitated electricals. Just bullet some T2s. It's not as blitzy as the T1s. Still, I mean, completing it in just a little bit over 8 minutes. Just under half the average time of T1s I usually do. Grab the loot. We've got a Raging right there. So great to see that we've got the Raging. The Raging is just... and they can be worth so much. This is the worst Raging you can get in a Firestorm, but I mean, it may as well could have been an electrical. It could have been an electrical filament. And if we were getting electrical, Raging electrical, that would have been like, what was that? 9 million or something. You can check even the market, because the market goes up and down all the time. Raging electrical, 8 million. So we've got 8 million just like that if it was on the electrical side. Okay, stack all. Grab the menu out until the filament disappears right here. There we go, now I can deploy it. Okay, deep porch Ephialtes wave, super easy. Let's get close to them. We've got even some loot cache over here which we can just go for. Now we can start doing damage straight away because we've got Aurora. And we should actually increase our speed a little bit to not make that big fat deep porch just shoot us. Grab this. Move to the side a bit. And we can even go with standard right here. And we can go for that cash as well. So now they're going to be doing a bit of damage to Ephialtes, but it's alright. It's alright. Ephialtes is hardly any damage, especially when there's just 2 of them. If there's a whole swarm of them, then I want to keep a bit of range. Not going to go and brawl them down. When there's just 2 of them like this, it's alright. I can just face tank them. And that was really bad loot right there. That's T1 level loot. Can orbit this Deep Watcher. 500 without even the MWD on. We can just gleam him down with the Gleam ammunition type. You see, now the Ephialtes is out of range, you just switch to Aurora in a split second. It's just so great, these Amarian ships. With this aspect of switching ammunition type. You've always got like the perfect... It's so easy to get the perfect like range to damage ratio with Amarian ships. Same thing goes for Triglavian hunting, like depending on the range the Triglavians are away. With my Paladin, I can just switch the ammunition type X-ray, ultraviolet, just a split second. It's not like I have to take time like with railgun ammunition type or blasters, for example. Getting a bunch of hit shots, no penetrating shots, unfortunately. Maybe we can orbit a little bit further away, 2.5, so we can maybe get some better shots. Better transversal, maybe? Yeah, now getting penetrating shots. Smashing shots, oof, that's good. Hits, a lot of hit shots. But this is what I've been doing a lot recently. I've been doing a lot of practicing with the Retribution in T2 Abyss and just T2 Abyss in general, so I'm familiarizing myself a lot with it, so that when I get into it in the T0 to T6 Abyss series, it's going to be a smooth ride. And for you guys who don't have an account to test stuff on, you just go on the test server, you can do stuff there. I'm just doing it on my Omega account, because if I lose on my Omega account, I just replace it. I've got a lot of ISK right here, but I mean, if I were to lose it on my T0 to T6 Abyss series account, I'd have the ISK there to replace it, and that would put me back a lot. So I'd rather test it here, but you may as well just test it on a test server as well. The reason I prefer to use it on my Omega account over here is because I'll be actually earning ISK, like all the ISK I earn from the sites. He'll actually go into actual profit. Now, and something I also could do is put some Synth Exile and Synth or the Agency Hardshell Dose 1 boosters to get some extra tank. You don't need it, but it can increase the amount of comfort you have when running these sites. I definitely will be using it in my T0 to T6 Abyss series account. This is a little bit more chill. Could also use the Synth Drop Booster. Drop Booster is also good. It increases the tracking against the small stuff. Now getting some big volleys with a DPS, 319 DPS. Transfer convert over here. Let's go. We already got the loot right, yeah. Aurora, let's go. The Retribution used to be even stronger actually. It used to have faster speed. So they actually nerfed its speed. So it used to be an even more deadlier frigate than it already is. Okay, let's go. Start shooting these guys with the Aurora. So we can kite here. This is where I would not want to just jump straight in. Go with the standard actually. This is a good standard range. Oh no, now we go out of range or start shooting the wrong target. Let's go for this sill over here. And we're tanking decently. The amount of damage we take, we're tanking it decently. Can just move here a little bit to the side. The Watchmen do a lot of damage. That's where the majority of the damage is actually coming from. I just want to be a bit careful for that Scylla, because he can web us, get real close and personal and web us to death. See the big volleys from the Lucid Watchman, Lucid Upholder. They're also doing the optimal damage type as well. Thermal and EM are lowest resist types. Okay, we need to get a bit closer. A little bit closer. A little bit closer so we can do a bit more damage. To be honest, I think I'm tanking them, the Lucid Upholders, because the Lucid Upholders are able to do damage for me. By me kiting like this, I'm just avoiding the damage of the Ephialtes. So I think if I were to take out Ephialtes, I could just brawl with Multifrequency. Let's do that. Let's do that. That'll be a better strategy. Go with the Ephialtes right here, who goes down anyway quickly. And then we can switch over to Multifrequency, which we should be switching over to now, but it's just that I feel like we're going to be jumping out of range any second. Let's see now. Is this minus 30% EM? Okay, perfectly good to know that this is not our worst case scenario. I hate it when I just see, oh, this is going so bad, and then I just see that, oh, it's not 50% minus 30% EM resist, it's minus 30% EM resist, so it could have been worse. It could have been worse. We're taking so much damage from these guys suddenly, I don't know what's going on. There's less NPCs on grid, but we're taking more damage, it feels. Okay, now can our tank get a break? I don't know what's going on. In the beginning, there were more NPCs, and now there's... we're taking more damage, it felt like. Okay, keep a range, 7.5. Just like that. Oh, we can just face tank this guy because it's just one of them. But Frigate Abyss can be quite frustrating sometimes. When you're trying to kite and it doesn't work out, you can get these tachyon clouds messing up everything. That is a lot of frustration you can have. Like, I was in nullsec a couple of years ago. I was doing Abyss like we're doing right now in a Retribution, and I was having... It was a rogue on battleships, like one of the easiest ways for like a Frigate Abyss, just getting close. Orbit 500, easy peasy, like no skill whatsoever. But the thing is, there was a tachyon cloud. The rogue battleship was just going like over 1k a second. Like 1k a second battleship, just flying around, getting all the perfect angles. He's like flying away from me, like so that he was getting perfect transversal, perfect hits on me. So it was just making it so that he was being able to do perfect hits, and there was then a tachyon cloud causing him to go so fast. This made it so that I was worried about like having to keep range because I was worried that I was going to get flung out of the arena. So it was really stressful. Like that was, and I think I eventually died. It was, I was just doing silly mistakes right there. And they can, like, what I'm trying to say is that Frigate Abyss can be quite frustrating compared to Cruiser Abyss because it's a lot more explosive. Like, it's not as, how do you say, slower pace. It can go very chill, and then it can suddenly go like from like 0 to 100 just like that. And you can see in many of my videos, like the one where I use this Hawk against some. Recently against the Kikimoras, I was just thinking, oh no, it's going to be alright. And then suddenly just my shields take so much damage. Oh, what the heck is going on? Okay, pop this guy right here. And then pop this spearfisher right here. We don't want to get caught by these people because they've got scramble on them. To be honest, we should go for the Multifrequency because they're just so close and our tank seems to be alright. I don't know, they just somehow have some ability to get really close to us, even though we've got 2k a second speed, but they're able to get really close to us. Pop them like that. Spearfish over here. Get some more of these cruisers down. I don't know if we should go for this. We can go for this extraction subnode over there. Now we can take out the rest of them and just face tank them because this ship naturally has a pretty decent amount of tank. How much ISK have we earned in total? Abyss loot, 16 million ISK loot. It's decent. I think we're also pretty quick with these sites as well. It can go a lot slower if you've got battleships on grid. Like the Rogue Drop battleship, oof, he takes so long. Okay, but we can go with a little bit of speed now since the Ephialtes warp scrambler's off grid. Go to this cache. Popped. Now we can land one volley like that. Popped. Good. Open this up. 2.7 million. So we've got a lot of average drops today. Not really particularly lucky drops. We have got this Raging Firestorm, but that is the worst filament, so it's not really a lucky drop because it's just worth nothing. Like, you may as well get a Fierce Gamma T3 filament that's worth a lot more than this right here, 10 times more than this, just because of how few people run the Firestorm filaments. Okay, there we go, another T2 filament bites the dust. Exit right here. And we could have earned a lot more ISK by going for more of those extraction nodes. I didn't really feel like there was a situation where I wanted to. And right now, I'm trying to focus on getting the waves done rather than getting the most ISK out of them. That's my main priority right here when doing this testing like we're doing now. So that's it. Some T2 sites in the Retribution. Practice for the T0 to T6 Abyss series. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.